Hi, I'm Koppi, and welcome to the Masters Solo Queue series for the first split of Season 12. Today, we are reviewing and analyzing my stream footage, including the good, the bad, and the factors behind these, as I made my way to Master Rank. Hopefully, this series helps you in your Apex rank grind and decision making. As usual, feel free to comment if you have questions or suggestions for content you'd like to see in this channel. Let's get to it. This is my stream from Plat 2 until I barely made it to Platinum 1. So I will be featuring random clips regarding some confrontations and the such, and I'm going to provide my thoughts about it. So in this clip, I remember this clash quite vividly. Our squad is a bit scattered and there are 9 squads left. And even so, as much as possible, if you're playing ranked, you won't want to be too scattered away from your team. You'd like to stick together or be at least at a viewing distance from each other. In this case, you can see that I think that this is our fuse and he's really far. And we spotted an enemy squad from this area. So like they're landing after a Valk ult or something. So you can see that somebody just dropped there, right? I figured, yeah, missile swarm, showered a bit. Only hit 1 bullet. Okay. They're taking their positions. You can see the source of the scan of that bloodhound, so I'm assuming the bloodhound is somewhere here. That's actually one of the things that you can also use against bloodhounds, is if you see the shape of their scan, you get an approximate idea of where they are from, because it's more of a circular, what do you call this? It's like a curve, an expanding curve forward. So as you can see, my teammates managed to crack the enemy shields. I think Valkyrie and Bloodhound are cracked, so 2 of them are charging. And they were engaging from this left side while I'm still here on the right side. Okay, their Valkyrie is charging shields there. And you can see that somebody fired here. I actually heard the sound is an R99. And the problem with an R99 is if you can't track with it very well, you waste a whole mag and you don't hit a lot of shots, you will have to reload faster. Compared to a flatline, which has a slower firing rate, it's less punishing if you have bad trigger discipline. So put that in mind if you're using an R99. You should be really mindful of controlling your trigger finger. In this case, this is what happened to Mirage. He ran out of bullets. He wasted some of that because I went back into cover. And as you can see, this is another R99 user, Bloodhound. And I managed to move away so he can waste some of his bullets. You really need to practice your tracking with the R99 because it loses its edge if you waste a lot of the bullets from an evasive target. So I climb up, of course, because I'm taking high ground. If you take high ground, you can see that your enemy will not be able to see you very well, but you will be able to see them better. In this case, this is what exactly happened, and Bloodhound totally missed me. We finished the squad. So yes, as just a short review, think about it this way. A gun like the R99 has a very fast firing rate, which means that it's very important if you control how many bullets you release. If the target is evasive, you need to let go of the fire button, so you're not going to waste a lot of bullets and you can maximize the usage of your magazine. In guns like the Spitfire or the Rampage or the Flatline, for example, which have really slow firing rates, it's not as punishing. That's why I kind of hate those guns, especially the Rampage at the moment, because it takes a very long time before the magazine clears out. It's just like the person just keeps on firing slow and heavy shots. From this sort, we go here. We're already at the last 7 squads. Me and the gang managed to rotate around this angle. We're holding this building in Bonsai. And it seems that we're surrounded by... yeah, this is still a lot of squads. We managed to take control of the replicator side. That's why we're not paying attention to it. There's one squad on the high ground. Another squad is suffering here. You can see that. That's a really bad position to be in. And as much as possible, if you're gonna position your squad, don't be in the middle, because that's what happens. You can see that my squad mates engaged another squad here. But instead of pushing that way, I went for the flanking route. So here. Just to surround them again, like I did in other videos. So I surround here. Wraith is pushing them through that door. As expected, somebody is charging shields here. And of course, the squad on height is also firing down at us. So that finished that squad. Now we own Bonsai lower ground. But I don't think we're going to win. In this case, I just called my squad mates and they actually listened, surprisingly, that we're going to take high ground. So watch this. Take high ground. You can see one squad is under. Another squad is here. That's probably the same squad. And here's the high ground squad. Now, I can't land on them. If we land on them, we're going to die. You can see that I turn. And then you can see that there's one member there. Now, in this case, this was actually a high-risk gamble. I mean, for all I know, this squad could have rushed taking height so they could intercept us, but they didn't. Instead, we just scared this guy away. Just ran. Okay, run, okay. And the moment we almost harassed these guys, the ones occupying the high ground put their sights on us. Here. At this point, I realized, yes, I think the only way that we can win this fight is if we aggressively overwhelm them. So that's what we do. And we actually have the legends for that. I have my missile swarm. We have a fuse, which has knuckle clusters and, of course, the mother load. I think this is the best time to send a mother load. But yeah, I think Fuse whiffed a bit here. It happens to the best of us. It's okay, Fuse. As you can see, we're just hiding. We're barely hiding behind those small bars of cover. But I really figured that we need to push this. And just strafing, going back and forth. I lost my health here. There's another squad here, so instead of telling them to go back down, oh fuck this, we're just gonna push up top, okay? I guess this is the decision that we're going to make. I noticed that this was another squad the moment that I saw that care package, because that care package is not from the map. It's a lifeline care package. I go back up. And we continue with the assault. You can see that there's one here, another here. And we're just hiding and healing here. I'm not sure this gamble is going to pay off, but yeah. Just kept pushing. And Wraith seems to get the idea that, okay, that's what we're going to do. So I keep harassing them with Fuse. There's a crack. That was a pretty hard shot. And I think at this point, because I was too preoccupied with the squad, I totally forgot about Wraith. I think what Wraith should have done is portal back into the open so we can actually arrest her instead of going back to the back portion. And at the same time, if I didn't tunnel vision, I should have provided her a heat shield so we could revive her and she's not going to die outside the ring as she did in this clip. So, tunnel vision notes again? Yeah, I'm very much guilty of that. So I still push. You notice that I'm not automatically shooting the flat line now and just single tapping just to control the recoil because I'm not very good with the flat lines recoil. They're cracked. One down, finally. Okay, so they got worn down, and you can see that Wraith died. Sadly, if we had a heat shield there, she could have survived. Okay, cracked someone. And then crack someone else.
One left.
And then we won. Now we take the high ground. But Wraith is no longer with us. And there's still one more squad. I ended up being kill leader. Not a very big achievement if you're in Vlad 2, I guess. But yes, I went for Wraith. for Wraith here. Yeah. Took her banner. Also did a respawn beacon. This is actually a bad mistake too. I should have just focused on holding height, because the last squad is likely going to push us up, but I didn't consider that they're going to be very aggressive. But I think they saw the respawn beacon. Could have used that as bait. We lost in this fight because they pushed with a jump pad. You can see that Octane arrived, but he wasn't alone. I don't know where the other guy came from, but it's there. Yeah, there. And I got overwhelmed here. So close. And not really that close. They still have a lifeline. And they kind of pranked me here. Like, played around with me with a jump pad and they just punched me. But I'm somehow happy with the second place. If this video helped, please smash the buttons indicated in the box. If you do, may you hear those satisfying sounds in your game and help the channel. This has been Koppi, and this is my mechanism. Have fun and get good.